We are with recording artist Christian Wallowing Bull, and who's playing at the Trail Center, doing a fantastic job. First of all, in the last year, what's been going on with your career? You put out another album.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I just released a brand new album called My First Buffalo Hunt, which was came out in January of 2024. And it has been incredibly successful. I've been touring a lot in Wyoming as well as outside of Wyoming here in this region. I've been very fortunate to be able to play that album just about everywhere I've been going. It's gained a lot of traction. I'm grateful for all the venues, all the places that have invited me out, and glad to be here in Casper today.
You know, when you sing, you tell the audience that it's an honor. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so for me, I consider it a privilege to be able to do music, share the music that I've written, stories that I've created, especially on guitar, and the little drum that I have. To be able to go anywhere for me it's an honor to be invited and to be able to share a little bit of my story and represent for Northern Arapaho people. I don't take it lightly. It is humbling for me. That's the reason I consider it an honor, is because I'm not just representing myself, not just my name, but I'm also representing a people, a tribe here in Wyoming, which is the Northern Arapaho.
And you go into the whole thing about the Wind River Reservation and why you live there.
Yeah, and the Wind River Indian Reservation, for anybody that's been there, it's so beautiful, it's powerful. And there's just so much history here, and really even outside of the Wind River Res here in Wyoming. And you know, the way a lot of the inspiration for a lot of my writing has actually come from the land that is there on the Wind River Reservation. So, you know, for me to be able to share about the people is important, but also really speaking about the land that is inspirational, the beauty of the land and the history of the peoples that have been there long before, generations that are here now. It's important for me to not only share just about my people, but also bring that element of the land, because the land has been there hosting my people for many generations.
And you talk about the buffalo and how sacred the buffalo is.
Yeah, the buffalo, we consider the buffalo our relative, our ancestor. So, you know, we really see them as family to us, and we want to honor them, especially since they were almost wiped out. We see them as resilient and really as a beacon of hope. Yeah, for Native people who have also been through the struggle and almost being wiped out. We look to our relative, the buffalo, and that's why it's important for me to speak upon the buffalo, just because it is, not only is it important in my name as being a wallowing bull, buffalo, but really, for many Northern Plains tribes, the buffalo have been very important source of food, source of really the beacon of hope, but also just kind of like, it was also they were also clothing, and housing for the teepee. So we do not take the buffalo relative lightly either.
You have a lot of great material on this album, and the song about the buffalo is a great one.
Yeah.
How's it go a little bit?
So it says, out where the buffalo roam, that's where I long to be. That's where I call my home. And that really is what really sums it up. I just sing in the chorus, out where the buffalo roam, there on the Wind River Reservation. I wrote that because I am close to friends who look after buffalo, and I am often going out to the buffalo herd on our reservation, and I just always find it incredibly inspiring to be able to hang out with these massive creatures who have been important to my people for many generations.
You told the story that you did a concert out there in the open air for the buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, so they pulled up a trailer out to the buffalo corral in the middle of the field where there's buffalo in the distance, and we set up a little speaker system, and then I just played for an hour to 2 hours, and there was quite a few people there, and it was really powerful to be able to play on the land and play an earshot of buffalo. It was unreal.
When you leave Wyoming, what are some of the reactions that you get?
Just, there's not a whole lot of artists. I know not a whole lot of Northern Arapaho, but really I would say Native artists in the bigger industry with tattoos on their faces. But also, there's not a whole lot of people who understand what it's like to grow up on a reservation. So the stories that I share in the songs, I believe, are very unique, and I think just enlightening to natives and non-natives alike. Maybe, especially if they're not from Wyoming, especially if they have never grown up on a reservation. I like to be able to share those parts of me simply because a lot of people don't know what it's like, reservation life, or just even the Wyoming land here.
Your latest stuff seems a little more melodic, maybe a little bit more spiritual almost.
Yeah, a lot of elements of spirituality. I would say for me, it can be very emotional, but that is the connection to more of the spirituality, honoring my relatives, my ancestors. The final track on my latest record, my first Buffalo Hunt, is called Ancestors, and it has more of a spiritual element to it, very emotional, and just is very impactful for me personally. It's kind of going away from a lot of the Western grit. It kind of brings it into a more instrumental type emotional feel.
Christian, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
Good luck on the career. We love to see where you're going, because
thank you so much.
It's chapter after chapter, pretty interesting with you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, thanks again, and much luck. Okay.
All right, thank you.